up, though? Welcome to another episode of Concrete Reality TV, where we strive to know more and do more with what we know. We got a hot topics episode. We finna get it cracking. I got my co-host, Cool Cutter, coming in here. What up, though?
Man, you already know, amongst those who know better, so we do better, man. So let's bring in these other co-hosts, man. We got some hot topics to discuss today.
All right, let's bring in that boy Gillum. What up, Gillum?
What's up, fellas? It's good to be back. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
So we got some co-hosts coming in. I got my boy, Mr. Kurtis Frederick, longtime friend. He gonna drop his 2 cents up in this thing. What up, Kurtis?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? Thank you for having me this evening. Brother, I don't even know if I got 2 cents on this one. You know, these topics today are pretty deep.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stir the pot on this one.
Mm.
All right, then we got my boy Okera. If his sound is acting right this time, let's see if we got it. Okera out of California. What up, though?
What up, man? My sound is still tripping. I don't know what's going on. I appreciate the invite. I don't have much time, but I'm gonna try to get this to work if I can get it to work, man. Damn.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's what's up. I was hoping we was definitely hoping for your 2 cents on this thing.
Yeah, I got 2.5 cents.
That's what's up. Well, man, I guess I probably was going to start on your episode about, because you had brought up the topic about the I guess we're going to start with Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade, you know, that's been a hot topic. Everybody been jumping on that.
We lose them?
Yep, I lost Okera, so Okera's out the door
for now.
So hold on a second. Let me see if I could bring him back in. Share. Say, if not, oh well. Hold on a second. All right, so we're going to jump on Roe v. Wade. Y'all can see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if y'all can hear it.
Supreme Court decided Roe v. Wade. Women in America have had the right to choose whether or not to have an abortion. And now it looks like that right is going away.
Bombshell, the Supreme Court poised to strike down Roe versus Wade. That, according to an unprecedented leak of the justice's draft opinion overnight, a decision would alter the nationwide battle over abortion.
The blockbuster story broke overnight on the Politico website, reporting that a draft of the Supreme Court's opinion shows the court overturning Roe v. Wade in a blistering ruling.
Tensions flared outside the nation's highest court after an unprecedented leak. But the bombshell comes as 5 states have enacted strict abortion restrictions and sweeping bans, many of them ready to immediately cut off access to care.
If the High Court does overturn Roe versus Wade, over 20 states are poised to immediately ban abortion.
That's right, people. If the court's decision is released officially, abortion will be illegal in about half the states in America. Yeah, that means all across the country, women in places like South Dakota or Missouri or even Texas will have the exact same abortion rights as women in Afghanistan under the Taliban.
All right, y'all. So what you thinking? We already know this thing is ugly. Roe v. Wade might be overturned. Everybody been digging in, talking about this. What y'all think about it?
I think that David Chappelle said it best. That we with penises should be out of this argument because we don't have babies.
Whoa.
Hey, listen.
Get my
I think
wine
it's a woman's body. She has the right to choose whatever she wants to do. And I think that Dave said it best again. He said, if she got a right to kill it, I got a right to abandon it if I felt like it. So if a woman should be able to choose, it's her body. It's what she do. You know, because you never know what happened. You don't want, the problem is that we bring children to this world with no plan. And when you have no plan, you plan to fail. And most of us hardworking citizens are taking care of the babies that they brought in this world because they all on welfare, 95% of them. That comes into poverty, and you bring them into poverty. So if they don't want them, are we making them have them? And the adoptive system is overran with children right now that nobody wants. Come on, man.
Damn. Yeah, this boy here. So you say that they should have the right, women should have the right rather to continue to abort?
If that's what they choose to do.
Mm-hmm. What you got on that, Kurtis? Because I saw you turn up at the beginning as soon as he opened his mouth with it.
I mean, I get tired of men being treated like second-class citizens, right? I should be getting thanks for Mother's Day yesterday. Because they wouldn't be a mother if it wasn't for me. So at the end of the day, when did I become non-important to not be able to choose the future or not so future life of my child? Why is it just solely on the woman? Now, she made a choice to lay down with me, right? But I don't have a choice to choose what happens. We made that choice together when we chose to have unprotected sex. Now, I do understand that there are variances, there are circumstances and situations, but for the general population, everybody likes getting it in. Okay, so if you ain't using protected sex, then what do you think the outcome is going to be? But at the end of the day, I don't get a choice to choose with Roe versus Wade or without. I still don't get no choice.
Hey, Fred. So how many kids you got, Fred?
4.
Apparently, you had the choice because they didn't get aborted, so you had that choice. So your choice was 4 times. So you good.
Oh yeah. It was a crapshoot because she had 5 abortions before me. So
damn.
I'm keeping it 100 with you. So I can be thankful that she chose to have my 2, but at the end of the day, like I said, if she chose not to, I still don't get no choice.
Well, you don't get no choice. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's her body. And she responsible for carrying that bad boy for 9 months, not us.
True.
Yeah, she got 9 months, but I got 18 years to pay, and I don't get no choice.
That's what I'm saying. If she get a choice to kill it, we should get a choice to ban it financially if we want to. That's what I'm saying.
I could agree with that to a certain, but here's the thing. Even as a real man, I would never abandon what's mine, right?
I agree.
But on the flip side of it, I do want to have more say-so. You know what I'm saying? And what happens with that child?
Well, you ain't gonna get that say. Well,
but that's the problem right there. Why don't I get that say? Because look, she made a choice to sit down, lay down in that bed, open them legs, and let me get in. Let's just keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, it wasn't nothing I forced up on it. Now, she had the choice at that point to say, hey, baby, you got a condom or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, if she never asked me and I never took the time, we both paid to play. But why don't I get my choice? That's my question. Roe versus Wade doesn't address the male. It's only dealing strictly with the female, but it took 2 people to create.
You know why you don't get a choice? Because they don't give a fuck about your opinion.
Exactly. And that's the problem right there. So let me say this. I don't give a fuck about Roe versus Wade. Let's keep it pushing.
we set this show on fire from the beginning. Goddamn, here we go.
All right. So if they, I guess I'm trying to figure out where do you start with this? Because some people start at the point of the birth or conception, somewhere in that range. Do you guys think it's an issue prior to that? Because Kurtis, you touched on it. You said regarding the actual intercourse, sex itself. Do you think that society is pushing the product of premarital sex to pretty much, I would say, the minority groups are the ones that are being impacted the most, and then they end up, having premarital sex and having all these kids out of wedlock. I'm not sure about the percentages, but I would definitely say that minorities, people of color, would be impacted the most on this. Do you think that that's an issue from that point where we're being, kind of pushed into having premarital sex where it's okay, everything's cool, ain't no standards on this?
Hey, man, ain't nobody pushing me when I get an urge. Right? So, I mean, yes, we live in a society that tends to be a bit misogynistic, especially from a male's point of view. I mean, everything is sexualized from the Disney cartoons all the way up to the commercials, right? It's not like we living in the 50s and the 70s, you know, that period. We're
Right.
opened up in the 2000s, right? And we pop in a whole new era where what at once, you know, we were ashamed and embarrassed to do, these things are now acceptable, right? So at the end of the day, what we're talking about is your ethical or moral compass, right? What are your values? Now, if you don't believe in waiting till marriage, then yeah, you're gonna have premarital sex. But at the end of the day, it still goes back to my point. That's a choice between two people.
Already plugged.
Hey, Cutter, I know you got some thoughts on this. What you think?
Uh-oh.
You been quiet on this.
Hey, cut over there, punch.
Hey man, I'm gonna keep it simple. I really don't have a dog in this fight because I don't have kids. One, two, I believe that if oh man, shit.
Just say it, Cutter. Damn it.
All right, I'm gonna say it.
Shit.
At
This
the end of the
reality
day,
TV. It's not sensitive TV.
at the end of the day, man, I don't agree with the term "her body, her choice," because at the end of the day, it's really not all the way up to her. We have to have a stake because we had a stake in the sexual activity. I believe that it should be discussed. It should be able to be discussed between the two potential parents. I don't believe that it should be held up to the woman. Totally, 100%. If she, because at the end of the day, if she chooses to say, for instance, she gets pregnant and she don't tell you, she just goes and has an abortion. I know many of cats, including myself, who've had to experience that. Did I think it was fair? Hell no, it wasn't fair. But at the end of the day, what can you do? Make her keep it? No, you don't have any control over that. So, in a sense, like I say, I just think men need to be more responsible in who we choose to procreate with and who we choose to have unprotected sex with, because at the end of the day, we don't have a choice in that matter because it's her body. I mean, she could choose to keep it if she want to. You can argue and fuss till the walls come down, and she could still go and have an abortion. Now with the government going in and potentially overturning this, now that's a whole different subject. And I actually we don't have a stake in that either because they've overturned a lot of shit that we ain't had nothing to do with. So what's the deal with this one? It's not any different to me. All I can tell females is, hey, if it does get overturned, then y'all have y'all have a y'all have to be more careful now. Be more mindful of who you having sex with. And in a sense, it does place a lot more accountability on the female because now she has to be careful. Now, granted, the whole R word, and I know we can't say that on certain platforms, so I'll just say the R the R plus the eight. In those instances, I believe that they should be have an option to abort if they were in that predicament, if they were sexually assaulted. I would say that then they should have an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, I don't want this baby, or but in the regular stuff, sexual intercourse between two people, two consenting adults, uh ain't no way in hell one person should have a say in that. I never agree with that personally. That's just my take.
After that ABC News exclusive, abortion rights rallies.
Well, let's see if we got Okera up in here. Okera, can you hear us now? Oh, let's see. Let me make sure.
He's
can you hear us?
He's muted.
Oh.
Sorry,
Oh,
I
no.
could hear you, but I wasn't able to get you through my Bluetooth. I was trying to get you through my Bluetooth. I still can't get you through my Bluetooth, but I can hear you. What's up?
Okay, so did you hear a lot of the comments from Kurtis, Chris, and Orlando about Roe v. Wade? And do you have do you have any thoughts, any wisdom on this thing?
You might want to wait to get mine until I have more time, because I'm only have a few minutes and I have a lot to say. But
Well, give us a little tidbit.
I think we need to be promoting more oral and anal sex.
What? Why you say that, man?
More oral, more anal. Yeah, that's what we need in our community. More hand jobs. More facial.
More spanky wankies.
Well, here's
You know what I mean?
So
we need more cum dripping off the forehead, bro. Everybody want to bust off inside the vagina, man. It's not always the coolest choice. That's all I'm saying. There's a whole lot of more things you could do. Let me quit playing.
Yeah, because we live, you know that.
Hey,
they go bad our asses.
I'm good with that. No, this has been coming for a long time, man. This has more to do with abortion. This is not just about abortion. You have governors now trying to get rid of contraception as well. So remember that this is just a stage being set for other things that the religious right and the evangelicals have been salivating over for a long time. They know that they have some support across party lines and across ideological lines when it comes to abortion, because it's a hot topic, especially with what Kurtis was saying about men having a say, which will never happen. Even if it were legal, it still wouldn't happen in real life. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It'll never happen in real life. It's mandated by law, and all we will be able to do is sue after the fact. If a woman wants to get rid of a baby, they're going to get rid of it, just like they did before Roe versus Wade. Abortions didn't start with Roe versus Wade. They just got legalized. When women wanted to get rid of babies when it was a crime, they were still doing it. So there's nothing you can do about that. And a lot of these women, like Christopher said, man, don't need to be knocked up anyway. There's a lot of women you don't want carrying your baby or caring for your baby or even having a baby with certain DNA you just don't want to bring forth. You know, some of us get a little desperate sometimes. Some of them $40 one night stands don't need to become families. Some of those what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas don't need to become an 18-year issue. Some of those, strip club visits just need to be some glitter on your clothes afterwards, and that's it. I know a lot of brothers had babies with chicks they didn't know, didn't even know their real name, never met their family, don't even know how they really look outside of being inebriated and have them being full of makeup. Wow. So there's a lot of children have been brought forth with no plan, with no relationship, whether it's a marriage or any type of relationship at all. And we see how that plays out.
Yeah.
I got a cousin who found out after 30 years he had 2 children he never knew about from one night stands off of from that ancestry.com, And the point is, I've never had this issue, but I know a lot of cats have. I've always been kind of careful, myself. But then again, even with me being careful, I just got lucky because I could have, I could have definitely made some really bad mistakes that I would have regretted if I had to live with it for life. You know what I mean? And remember, I've been to funerals where a secret family has shown up to the funeral. You know what I mean? I've been to funerals. And none of that is good, man, for the community. As far as our relationships go, and as far as trying to, put our best foot forward. But this thing is a religious right, evangelical thing. That's all this is. They want to get rid of contraception next. They want they want to blur the lines between church and state. They want to put prayer back in schools. They want to teach creationism as a alternative to evolution. There's so many things that they want to do beyond this, that they're using this as a table dressing for. That's one of the reasons why you have to be careful not to look at it as just this issue alone. It's never that with them. They've been planning this stuff for years. They got what's her name, that last justice in there. She is a religious evangelical nutbag. And so that's what this is all about. Even amongst the religious right, they don't even agree with each other on when life starts. The Bible is vague about it. Anybody can interpret whatever they want to interpret off of what it says, and use a couple of other scriptures to justify it. So there's always going to be that fight. But then again, that shouldn't even be part of the conversation. If we have a real separation of church and state, that wouldn't even be part of the conversation. So my fear is that this is going to be used to bring forth more evangelical religious right plans and objectives and missions to the forefront, and forcing other people to live by a code, or a code of ethics, or a code of law that they feel comfortable with. When really, if they believed in free will, like they claim that the God they worship gives them, then they would give other people free will too. And if they didn't agree with something, they just wouldn't do it themselves. And if other folks did it, oh well, God will judge them. That's how it would be, right? But as you see, that's not what's going on. They're trying to use a secular societal law. They're trying to use secular society to push their religious beliefs. And that's what my concern is. Always my concern when anything comes down the pipe that is in agreement with the religious right or the evangelical community, because to me, they're the most dangerous force when it comes to an informed, free democracy.
Did they smoke screen, baby?
They always have been. What they really want is a theocracy. And we never should have allowed them. We never should have allowed them to put "In God We Trust" on the money when they were trying to compete with the USSR. We never should have allowed them to put "One Nation Under God" in the pledge during the same time period. They got emboldened when they did that. And they don't understand how to have a democracy. They don't understand that there are people with different beliefs, different religions, no religion. They don't want to understand that. And so they're just using this. They don't care about this. Matter of fact, I did some statistics. You know what the Bible Belt is, right?
Of course.
Yep.
The Bible Belt is #1 in teen pregnancy, #1 in teen abortion, #1 in pornography viewage, #1 in divorces, and #1 in teen suicide.
Damn.
That's all the Bible Belt. What does that tell us? That tells us that these people, their children understand that their parents are full of it, are hypocrites. Their children understand that their parents claim to believe one thing, but live another way. These people are having more abortions. These people are having more abortions than atheists. So it's just like when you have somebody who's a closet homosexual who wants to pass a law against homosexuals because they're trying to hide what they are, right? It's the same thing. These people are the ones doing the things that they're saying that they don't want society to do. and so they really hate themselves. They feel conflicted, and they're trying to use the law to hide behind that. That's what I've always seen. I have a whole lot more to say about that. Unfortunately, I have to go into this house.
Yeah, you done dug in. You definitely done stirred the
He
damn.
left a lot of stuff for us to unwrap.
Yeah, he hit and run.
My main point is more oral and more hand jobs, more anals, and more virtual sex. Remember, what's that group? The brother just died last year. That Pac used to be in.
Digital Underground.
Digital Underground. Yeah.
Sex, more sex
packets.
More sex.
Well, man, we appreciate you coming through for at least your little 5 minutes that you gave us.
Yeah.
So
fuck the religious right. Fuck the evangelicals. This is all. They're the ones causing the confusion. And when I come back, I want to. I'll delve deeper into that.
Okay.
And then I want to talk to you guys about my experience at the Dave Chappelle concert.
Okay.
And my experience when I first met him 11 years ago, when me and Erykah Badu was celebrating our birthdays together. And my experience with Erykah Badu as well, which y'all gonna love.
All right. Yeah. Well, we appreciate it, man. We can't wait to get you back on. So I guess we'll try to get it next week. Try to schedule it next week, and then we'll just revisit the Dave Chappelle incident.
Oh yeah, they got there's a technology. I know a brother. Before I leave, there's a technology. I forgot what it was, but it was something to where if you didn't have a condom, there was something. There was some kind of cream that was supposed to be able to be used that would prevent pregnancy without a condom. I don't know whatever happened with the research on that. But this is like a condomless contraception where it wouldn't require the female to take an implant or use a diaphragm or be on a pill that can mess with her hormones, and it also wouldn't require a condom. Now, I don't know if the cream also prevented STDs, but it was supposed to prevent pregnancy. It's kind of like the same as a lube, but it had another function to it. I have to look into that. When I come back, I'll see if I can find that.
Okay.
It probably caused cancer, like everything else. It probably caused cancer.
I'll say, the best way to prevent pregnancy is to be ugly and broke. You gotta go, bro.
That's the case. Look, if that's the case, crack babies wouldn't have been born in the 90s.
I stand corrected. Hey man, it's good to see you, Kurtis.
All right,
hey, man.
We're always happy you on, man. Make sure you come back.
All right. So so we're gonna jump on to our next topic, man, because that one, Okera pretty much dug into it. So our next one we're gonna jump on is Kevin Samuels. So we already know the Kevin Samuels thing. That shit is super hot. Everybody been talking about it. I know Chris Cutter. I know that was like somebody that really kind of took your spot because you was trying to be the first Kevin Samuels before Kevin Samuels came out.
Go ahead, Lil Kel. Tell us about it.
First of all, let's correct this. There was no Kevin Samuels when I was doing my thing on social media. I've been stirring the pot. I've been cooking the gumbo. I've been doing all that. I've been rubbing females the wrong way, telling the truth. That was happening back in 2008, 2009 when Facebook was just kind of on the rise. I was getting on people's nerves. People was blocking me and deleting me as a friend. People I went to church, high school with.
Hey, ain't that still going on? People still blocking you as a friend?
Yeah, at the end of the day, Kevin brought a different element to the game, and when he came about, man, this dude, he set the internet on fire. And fortunately, I was following him before he went viral. I remember telling E about him before he went viral, and I think once he went viral with the famous "You're Average at Best" video. Which was his coming out moment to the the social media world,
Mm-hmm.
but those who have been following him before that know that how he started was he was an image consultant. He made that pretty much he made that known when he first came out. He was an image consultant. From what I remember, he would get online. He would, give guys the latest in colognes, fashion, all that kind of stuff. Um, he was definitely an urban renaissance man. He, gave guys some, stock tips, and he was a pro man channel. He was telling guys to get their shit together. But his thing was he was more of a drill sergeant. Like he didn't take no prisoners. Guys called into his show, and I'm pretty sure y'all saw clips with him going in on the guys too in the beginning, but he wasn't really getting anywhere going to the guys because we all know that the females, these females are they the ones who they buy music, they buy makeup, they buy entertainment. So when you dip into the female, excuse me, the female pool, you pretty much guaranteed to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he did. He got the idea. He started addressing, females, but not addressing them on their level. He was addressing them to give them advice on how to obtain what they considered high value men.
Mm-hmm.
The guys who would be able to, provide, protect, as they want them to. And a lot of females were having a hard time finding these types of men, men who made over six figures and whatnot. And of course, you already know when you start judging females, based on appearance
Mm-hmm.
and telling them, hey, look, well, the guys that you want, they don't want you. You ain't no 10. You're average. What female wants to hear that? Especially when society has told you to think highly of yourself, to love
But wait a
yourself.
minute, Chris. Hold on.
Go ahead.
They do the same thing to a man. You know what I'm saying? When they look at a dude, they automatically judging his look, his style. Do we got muscles? Right? What do you
Money.
do for a living? Right? They sizing you up,
bro.
Right? Because it's the hustle. Right? Now let's
Mm-hmm.
go back to something. And man, I was sitting there about a couple weeks ago,
Go ahead.
and I just so happened to be watching these crazy documentaries on pimps, right? And the dude asked the same question to all these different pimps. Now, every last one of them said they learned the game from a woman, right? So at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for women because everything is in the palm of their hand. They got the choice on everything. And Chris, all that stuff that you say that they pay for, no, you pay for it or some dude's paying for it because that's a requirement that you got to kick down and you got to give to her, right? It takes it away from the old school way of provision, right? Where providing for a woman was about love and security, right? Now, fuck the love and security. We don't care about none of your qualities. We don't care about your integrity, your character, your moral compass. All I want to see as a man is, do you have money and what can you buy me? And then look, that's only for a period of time. Because Lord forbid it change. You know what I'm saying? She going to be out on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So when these women come, and I watched the videos, right, just with him and the women, I saw accountability, right? Because most people are delusional. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Thinking that they more than what they really are. And most people haven't taken the time to know themselves. Most of these people come from toxic relationships, right? Where they've never taken the time to heal and do the work and get that therapy that you need, which is a part of some of that narcissism that they carry down as a front to keep the wall up for me getting hurt again. So I'm going to become the abuser. Right. So at the end of the day, man, kudos to Kevin Samuels. Right. Because he as a man, he stood up and he said what I think a lot of men think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He definitely said, and that was the argument. He said everything that we talked about in the barbershop before when the females dropped their son off and whatnot. And we had those barbershop conversations. Everything that he talked about, we talked about. We rated women. So I don't see why dudes are, oh man, of course, I don't see I ain't never rated no woman. Nigga, stop lying.
Right.
We've been rating women since school days.
Yep.
Since we was in school,
Since
man.
kindergarten.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've been rating. Everybody has been on a rating system. So I don't understand what the big deal is. I mean, even let's take it there. Fuck it. Let's go on and take it there. Look, let me sit my
where we going, Chris?
Let's take it there. Hold on, let me sit my damn arm.
Hey, hold on. Efren, play the clip, please.
Nah, fuck that clip. We're gonna take it there.
Because here comes the mob.
All right, so wait, Cutter. Before you dig in, I want to get the other side because everybody does not feel the same way. So let me play the little clip and then we can go from there.
Hey, Cutter fired up, goddammit. Cutter fired up. Get him, Cutter, shit.
Let's go. Come on.
So here's another perspective.
Hey, the professor always got another perspective. Here you go. Come on, professor.
They honestly do not care. And I think that expecting people to take the moral high ground in this situation, when he joyfully and willfully terrorized so many Black women.
My goodness. This here.
Under the guise of truth is just a bunch of BS. There's no moral high ground here for me to take. I honestly don't care. I feel bad for his mom. But as far as he's concerned, I could honestly care less.
I'm of the agree. I agree. When people all of a sudden, when people are hated or have strong opinions about people, we all talk about people, okay? And we have our opinions about people based on their actions. And because they die, does that mean that they are just, they are free and clear? Do they get a fresh stamp? I mean, I didn't hate him. I didn't love him. I thought he was.
I don't care that Kevin Samuels died. I straight up, honestly do not care.
He sounds like he don't like what we like, so it don't matter. Let's go.
So you got the other side now, Cutter. What you got on response to this?
That's pretty easy. He's gay, first of all.
I said you don't like what he like. Hold on, Cutter.
Hold on.
I said politically correctly.
So he's on the other side. He's in the beauty shop. Girl, yeah, fuck that Kevin Sams. I don't like his ass either. Cause he's on that side. And it has nothing to do with his sexuality, but I understand he's coming from a female's perspective. Not coming from a male's perspective. So first of all, we got to get back to the rating system. We live in the United States of America. Am I right or wrong?
You're right. They rate everything.
From day one, you go to kindergarten, you get in school. When you get in school, what are you graded by?
A rating system.
Yeah,
rating system.
Yeah.
When you graduate from school, when you graduate with a 3-point whatever or 4-point whatever, that is your rating to get to what? A certain level of college, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's a rating system.
Preach on.
Right? So hold on. So if you're going from a rating system from your adolescent years to your adult years, what is the difference? There is no difference. The thing is, you're dealing with a mental aspect versus a physical aspect. Well, people are sensitive in America about their when it comes to physical. We rate everybody, but when it comes to physical, you want us to stop. We don't rate anybody when it comes to physical. No, we do, because women rate us too, just like Kurtis was saying. Women rate us too, but they don't. But when a Kevin Samuels puts it out there and says, "Hey, we're gonna tell you exactly what you are based on your dating criteria," because at the end of the day, you're as a woman, you're measuring men on what they're able to provide, how they look, all that same shit. So if you can measure men, we can't measure women on their beauty. What's so that we're wrong for measuring, like, but it's okay for you to, oh, okay, we're gonna rate him. Girl, his dick little, he ain't got no money, he lived with his mama. All that's a part of your rating system. Am I right or wrong?
Oh yeah.
So when Kevin says, hey, based on your dating market value, this is what you bring to the table. You are on average 5'4", 5'5". You're overweight. You have multiple children by multiple men. All of this plays into your dating value. I don't care what you say. You can get offended all you want, because if you're rating the type of man based on what he brings to the table, we're rating you on what you bring to the table. So it's all a rating system. It's all a rating system on whether you're a male or female. Everybody rates everybody. So don't sit up here and be a fucking hypocrite, and all of a sudden you want to hate Kevin Samuels, or people like Kevin Samuels because he had a rating system, or he says you're average.
That's
well,
right.
Let's go into that word, average. What's wrong with being average? You're not a celebrity. You don't sell out records. You don't sell out stadiums. You're not on any magazine covers. Ain't no modeling agencies coming to look for you. I don't care how much Instagram pictures you post and how many likes you get on Instagram. Nobody's checking for you like that.
Right.
So you're average, and that's nothing wrong with being average. You work a regular job. You don't make $1 million a year. You're average. Okay, so what? You're average. What's wrong with that? I'm average too. Ain't we average? Are we not average on this panel? Are we not all average?
I definitely would classify myself as average.
I mean,
Not me.
So why do women get offended when they're called what they are? That's your reality. You are average. You're not above average.
But wait a minute. But
Hey, we
Curtis, what you got? So wait,
on our belief system. I believe I'm above average. We base it on our belief system.
He said you base it on your belief system.
That's what I'm saying. Your ego, hold on. And that's another thing. Your ego does not determine your worth. Let's keep that 100. Just because you got a big ego don't mean I got to agree with you. That's your belief system.
And I agree. I totally agree. That's why I said based on my belief system.
That's the issue with social media right now. Everybody and their mama think they're a goddamn 10. Simply because you can take some damn filtered ass pictures and half the goddamn pictures is you looking like a damn cartoon. Like a damn avatar. That ain't you.
That's what I was gonna say. It reminded me of just having an avatar, because I guess that's the point of social media, is to basically live a lie or live your dream. It's not supposed to be real, because it's not. I mean, whenever you turn on that camera, you're creating a likeness of yourself. And that's what these things are. They're likenesses. But most people try to turn the likeness into something based off of reality when it's not. It's just, it would never be real, because right now, this is our likeness. We're active. People are interacting with us, but this is a likeness. It's not real. You don't see what's going on behind the green screen. You don't see what's going on inside of my life in my house. All you see is my likeness. This is what I'm presenting to you. That's what Kevin Samuels was doing. He was presenting a character that worked. Like you mentioned before, he started off as a counselor.
Image
What is
consultant.
it? Yeah, image consultant. So he was trying to counsel people on their image. But when he started doing those episodes that were interacting and conflicting with women, they was getting hits. And he was smart. He noticed, okay, I'm getting more views and more followers off of these types of episodes. So based off of his character, he's like, I'm going to go ahead and start doing more of this because you give the people what they want. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what your social media means, that you're trying to create a following. Because if you're trying to base it off of what you're trying to present based off of what you like, then you may not get a lot of followings. But if you get a people what they want, instead of trying to force feed them, then you got a better opportunity of growing a larger following. And that's what he ended up doing. Hold on, let me bring up Cutter. You back in?
Yeah, I'm back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what he ended up doing. He created a following based off of that facade, that character, that image, that likeness that he created, and it worked. But the problem is what you mentioned. People start believing the damn character. That's not him. That's not his consistency. That was a character. But people, they still want to use him as a straw man in order to, I guess, facilitate their anger based off of what they feel they've been experiencing in their real life. He ain't bringing you real life. He's bringing a character. So you can take what you can, bits and pieces of truth based off of what he's telling you, but you can't take everything because everything is not based off of reality. It's just a likeness, a character.
It's only entertainment. It's only entertainment.
It's all entertainment, and that's the thing. When you get a character who basically disrupts everybody's fucking Disney World, you going into everybody's Disney World and you telling them, hey y'all, the shit ain't real.
Mm-hmm.
You are rubbing them the wrong way. They don't like that. Like, hey, what you mean I'm not a 10? Baby,
he came
I'm
in
a
like
10.
baby.
What are you talking? I'm a 10, baby. I'm beautiful and I'm black and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. Like, they kill me with that shit. Like, look, it's okay to feel good about yourself. But when you want to disguise arrogance and being a fucking narcissist with self-love, that's when you lose me. Because that is exactly what you are. You're a fucking narcissist. You are a fucking narcissist. You disguise it with self-love, but we already know what the real deal is. You can't help but to take pictures of yourself every fucking day. You have to get likes. You have to release those endorphins. Well, they call them endorphins, right? When you feel a certain type of way about yourself.
Yeah.
And people co-sign that shit online, and you release this feeling inside of you, this self-appreciation, this co-signing that I feel so good about myself. Well, you don't really feel good about yourself. You feel good that people make you feel good about yourself. That's vanity.
Yeah.
That's the core definition of vanity. And people are in denial. And when somebody like Kevin Samuels or myself or anybody else who calls that shit out, you want to say we're hating, or that's hate. That's what they call hate speech. Or you making you talking down, you're trying to belittle me, or this. No, we're not. We're telling you the truth. Your ass is fucking average. You're average. You're not that good looking. You're okay. You're cute.
Oh shit.
Like Kevin, you say you're cute, but you ain't no fucking Halle Berry.
You ain't no fucking Beyonce.
You ain't no fucking Beyonce. You ain't no who is it? Pam Grier in her prime.
Grier, yeah. But you're not allowed to say those things anymore.
Shit, I just said it. Give a fuck what they think.
Cut over today, goddamn it.
I'm sick of this shit, man. I'm not to play in their Disney World no more, bro. I'm not doing that shit, man. Like, look, hey, call it what you want, hate whatever. At the end of the day, majority of these people are living in a Disney World, and Kevin disrupted that shit, and that's why y'all don't like him. The woman with the 4 or 5 baby daddies who want a fucking millionaire. Good luck with that shit.
That shit ain't happening.
That shit ain't happening. He gave you the real. He gave you the real because you didn't. Kevin Samuels gave you the reality that we talked about in barbershops. Yeah, he gonna smash. Yes, niggas in your inbox trying to smash. Because you got a big booty and some big ass titties, but they not gonna wipe you.
No,
they not gonna wipe you. They don't
not with all that
like
liability.
Not with all them. For what? What? I'm
too much
millionaire. Look, even if I make $100,000 a year, I make $100,000 a year plus, and I want to take you in your romper room with kids. Fuck you and them fuck ass kids.
Too much liability.
Go back to your baby daddy. Go back to your baby daddy. That's your best bet, because if you talking about you want a millionaire, or I deserve a man with this much, and he got to have this and he got to have that, and you got all these ridiculous ass standards, but you come with a whole bunch of shit that nobody really wants to deal with. Let's be realistic.
So I've been getting.
Sorry, I'm going out tonight. I'm sorry, man.
No, you good?
No, you good.
I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. So I've been running into different people that say it's his presentation. So how he presents the content is what throws most people off. I mean, people know me. I can be aggressive in my speech, so it could throw them off. But I guess it depends on, was it selling? So was that particular presentation selling? Because if he would not present the content the way he was doing, that aggressiveness that he was presenting, would he have gotten the same likes, the following, the celebrity that came with it, all that stardom that came online, blowing up on social media? Do you think that would have happened? No, they wouldn't give a damn about no Kevin Samuels. We wouldn't even know he was gone right now if he was not who he was. He had to become that dude, that character, and it worked because we still talking about it.
Yeah.
So it must have left a legacy, some sort of legacy, whether people agree with his presentation or not. The content he was presenting to people was still, it was honest. It was blunt, but, people don't like that a lot. Well, a lot of women don't like that.
Let me ask you something, Lando. Y'all watch WWE?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You do? Every night, every time it come on?
No, it's just when they had the Rock and the Attitude Era.
All right, cool, perfect. Y'all watch soap operas?
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Not really. Not at all. Not at all.
I mean, well, I guess the modern day soap operas that they got on regular TV now.
No, I'm talking about you
talking about the real.
Of Our Lives.
Oh, you talking about the Young and the Restless?
Yeah, the Young and the Restless. Y'all watch that shit?
Yeah, I used to watch that shit. Yeah.
You used to watch that shit? Do you watch it now?
No.
Do you watch it now?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
Y'all watch cartoons?
Not like that no more. Maybe the Boondocks.
I got one better for you. Do you like Lifetime? You watch Lifetime shows?
Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
I'm not a big fan of Lifetime.
No.
Guess what? You don't have to watch it. And you don't watch it because you don't have to.
You don't.
Same thing with Kevin fucking Samuels. You don't have to watch Kevin Samuels. You don't like it. You don't have to watch that, nigga. If you don't like him, why are you watching him? I don't watch Lifetime for that reason. I don't watch Lifetime. I don't like Lifetime.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something funny. Dave Chappelle said, "Remember, you clicked on my face, nigga."
Exactly.
That's what he said. Remember, you clicked on my face. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can always turn it the fuck off.
Turn it off.
Yep.
Why? This is what my thing is with those people. They complain about Kevin Samuels. Oh, I don't like him. I don't like him. Okay. Why are you watching him? Why you follow him? That's what killed me. They be going to Instagram. They follow Kevin Samuels just to not like him. Like that shit killed me.
Say, get yourself all hyped and angry.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I hate that mom. He's just so evil and this and that. And then you talking about you glad he dead.
Oh, now yeah, you've been running into that a lot.
You glad he dead?
You act like he was the Antichrist allegedly.
For real. They didn't say that about Hitler. My God. Did we celebrate when they caught Bin Laden? We was like, oh damn, they finally caught him, huh? Okay, shit, damn, that's fucked up. He died in the hole. They found him in the hole. Was that Saddam Hussein? They
No,
found
they
in the
found
hole.
that was
It was
Bin Laden.
Bin Laden in the cave. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
he was in the
found him.
cave. Yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm like, damn. But did they like? Oh, I'm glad Bin Laden, that motherfucker's dead. I'm glad he dead. No, they didn't celebrate that much when Bin Laden got murdered.
But again, you got to realize who's saying that.
The hit dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's more like they love to hate him. You know, that's that love to hate guy. So he got that. He got people that love him, and then he got people that love to hate him. So
I said on Facebook, that people don't realize, especially the people who say hate Kevin Samuels, or a part of the Kevin Samuels hate club. You do realize that it's like rappers. Their content grows larger after their death, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels should be all over the damn place. His videos should be all over the place. Then you're gonna have not to mention the mimics, the mimickers that are coming. The people who are wanting to take Kevin Samuels' place.
Yeah.
Yep. The disciples.
The guys, the disciples.
Exactly, the disciples.
The people who finna go the extra mile, who finna be
the
real.
Samuelites.
Yeah, the oh, we gonna call them Samuelites.
Samuelites. And they're gonna be super extra.
Hey, we need to copyright that name. Samuelites. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, he's no longer with us. I liked his content, still like his content. Now it is surprising. It's probably gonna be surprising to somebody who watches this. I didn't agree with everything Kevin Samuels said.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. But some of the things he said, I was like, okay, this nigga's on point with a lot of things he said. But everything that he said, I didn't agree with. But at the end of the day, I learned to take things from him. Like for instance, I don't agree with everything that TD Jake says, but he has some brilliant sermons. Like for real. I listen to a lot of Minister Farrakhan. I don't agree with everything he says, but he got some brilliant sermons, some things that he said that I agree with. It's no different. Some people come and they build an audience. They have content. They have things that they want to say. They have their reality and the things they want to contribute to the public. We may or may not agree with what they're saying, and at the end of the day, that's their words. These are their thoughts, and this is how they feel. Leave it as that. Take from it what you choose to take from it. If you don't agree with anything, don't listen to them. If you agree with it, some of the things, take whatever you agree with, whatever you want to write it down to take a mental note, fine. But don't sit up here and be like, oh, I hate everything when you haven't listened to a full show. You never even paid attention. You're taking a clip of what somebody is saying, and they write. For instance, y'all remember that clip that was floating around the internet with Mr. Farrakhan talking about women wearing certain things and G-strings and all that stuff and dressing provocatively? I don't know if y'all remember that.
I don't remember that.
Oh, he went in. It was some lady that came into the mosque that had on something inappropriate, and he went in on her.
I'm
see if you
looking
can
it up
find
now.
it.
I'm trying to see.
Oh yeah, I posted it on my page some years ago, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, and yeah, the females didn't like that. They ain't like that shit at all. How you gonna judge her like that?
Oh, the women. No, I can't find it. Yeah, I was trying to find it, but yeah, I can't find it. So he was, I guess, with I don't know. I guess you know how people are when you let them. If you small, they don't care about you because your voice not too big.
Right.
But the moment that you start getting a voice and your voice becomes getting loud, people start hearing what you're talking about. You start getting that crowd, that popular vote behind you. All of a sudden, they start coming after your ass. All the people that didn't care what you were saying before, you had the same content, controversial content, but because your voice was quiet, then they was quiet. But the moment your voice started getting louder and it's heard, it's like, oh, hell no. We got to start, we got to start dropping a little dime on this dude.
Yep. Got to drop a dime on this stick.
It's like if you throw a rock, in the empty field, if you throw a rock in the empty field.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Got to drop a dime on them, man.
I don't like that shit.
What are you saying, Gillum?
I was saying, you take a rock and you throw it in an empty field, you ain't gonna hit nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you throw a rock in a crowded stadium, you gonna hit somebody gonna holler. That's how Selma Kevin Samuel was. He throwing rocks and everybody he hit. Yeah.
Yeah. Touching people egos.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you mean I ain't no team.
Oh yeah.
But the crazy thing about it is they was lining up for that abuse.
Oh yeah, they was lining up.
Everybody wanted their 5 minutes of fame. Girl, I was on the Kevin Samuel show. He said I was cute. That's what they got from you.
Yeah.
You didn't hear nothing else. He said all you heard was say, "Yeah, you cute." Oh, I know. Shit.
Mm-hmm. And them the ones that they got on there and they didn't go their way, they got pissed.
Yeah. And then they said he was abusive. That's how that goes. Oh, the script will be flipped in a minute.
That's the way it always go. Hey, hold on a second. I got something I was gonna ask y'all about since I got you on here.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Share this. Let me know what y'all think after watching this.
Oh Lord, here we go.
I mean, something simple.
Anytime
crazy.
the professor says something simple, it really ain't.
You did say something, didn't you? Are you doing that on purpose? Or can't you make up your mind?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind. I haven't got a brain. Only straw.
How can you talk if you haven't got a brain?
I don't know. But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking. Don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right. Well, we haven't really met properly, have we?
Why, no.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Very well, thank you.
That was funny. I never thought that.
All well. You see, it's very tedious being stuck up here all day long with a hole up your back.
Dear, that must be terribly uncomfortable. Can't you get down?
Down? No, you see,
Oh, well, here, let me help you.
So, I'm sure you heard the part. I know you caught it.
Say a lot of people without brains do a lot of
Can do a lot of things.
That shit's hilarious.
Okay, so question. This is my question. We know that. So let's break this down. The mind. We know what the mind is. I'm finna just bring it up real quick.
The scarecrow syndrome.
Because I was like, man,
that should be a new. That should be a new section. A new section that we do. Oh my goodness. Kind of like the Rockwaller syndrome. Here we go.
Exactly. Hold on.
Leave it to the professor to find something in the goddamn movie.
This had to catch your attention. All right, so I'm gonna share this part just so people can see it. All right, so the mind. It's a noun. It's meaning that which feels, wills, and thinks. The intellect. So your memory, your remembrance, thought, purpose, conscious mind, intellect. So the mind is considered to be the conscious being inside of our heads. So with our bodies, our brains, and then the animation that gives us life, we have a conscious being that somehow is manifested. Right now, we're being manifested. So the mind cannot exist without the brain working properly, right? Or do you think that the conscious being, the mind, is separate from the brain? Because Scarecrow just said that he ain't got no brain, but he still has a conscious being that's being manifested. But that's impossible because people right now they're incapacitated, unconscious, brain dead, they vegetable state. They can't, they don't have any conscious being manifested. So that's proof that your brain has to be functional in order for the conscious being to be manifested. There's no mind unless the brain is functioning, right?
Well, it depends on who you're talking to. Because I agree with the Scarecrow. A lot of people ain't got no goddamn brain to say some of the silliest shit ever in life. But however, who said they was thinking?
Yeah, but we're talking about the being, the conscious being, the person. Right now, Orlando, that entity that's awake and conscious, Ephraim, the entity, conscious being, Chris, Cool Cutter, the entity that's being manifested by inside of your head, by your brain. That's called the mind. That's what thinks, wills, and feels. That not feel, touch, but inside of your head, belief. That what makes choices.
Woo.
That reasons, creates ideas. That
I
thing.
would look at it like this. Your brain is the hard drive. Your mind is the operating system.
Oh, we got Kurtis in here again.
So
your brain is the hard drive. Your mind is the operating system. Without your brain, your operating system still can operate, but it doesn't have much to pull from. You might have the basics that comes with the operating system, but your hard drive has all the information. That's the way I look at it.
Well, I'll take a step further. Your mind, rather your brain, is the CPU, the central processing unit.
Right.
It runs everything. That means that your computer don't work without that CPU. You got to have that. Your body does not function without a brain. It can't work. You can't think, you can't will, you can't feel. Once your brain goes out, you are unconscious. But when your brain is functioning properly, it manifests a conscious being. That's the amazing part that nobody can figure out. When you have life, that means this energy that's going throughout our body, whatever this energy source is that allows us to be animated inside of a body, and a brain that's functioning manifests, creates a conscious being. That means the person, this entity is there. And then it shuts off. When the brain shuts off, the entity's gone. Brain working, entity here. It's like the Scarecrow. Like we were saying before, is that Scarecrow, but the Scarecrow didn't have no brain. But somehow he still had a conscious being that was being manifested. And that's what Dorothy was like, what the hell are you talking about? That's impossible. Which is impossible. You can't have anything. It doesn't work. Ain't no way. It ain't nothing else. I mean, but the catch is, but you can believe that you're not being manifested by the brain, but the proof is that you are being manifested by the brain. Because if you cut off the brain, the conscious being disappears. So that's the amazing part about that. That's what I was trying to figure out. Because people know that, but we don't talk about it very much because that would destroy a lot of people's beliefs.
Boy, you went into something else. I knew it was leading to something.
I know. I said, Before you said it, I said,
I'm not gonna get into that.
Well, no, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna leave that alone. We're gonna say that for another day.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, it's close to my bedtime. I gotta get up at 4:30, so
Oh dang! I thought you was off.
Nah, I'm off tomorrow. I was off today. But tomorrow I'm back at work. So
All right, well, man, we thank you guys again for joining us. We're gonna jump back in next time, probably next week, next Monday. We'll probably do another episode. We'll bring in Okera again. If you missed him, you can rewatch it. He talked a lot about some deep shit. He was just going all over the place.
oh, he was going in, boy.
So yeah, feel free to follow, like, support, man. And we'll be bringing some more content. We finally got back in the groove of things. And yeah, thanks for watching Concrete Reality TV, man. Y'all have a good day or good evening.
Peace.
Peace.